Live from the Tenebrae server is the award-winning DC News with Disbanded Crow, Stanley Weather, and Timmy Sports. We bring them to you now, live. Good afternoon, I'm Disbanded Crow, coming to you once again from the Tenebrae server. It's been a little while, and I have quite a few pieces of news to catch you up on, so let's go ahead and begin. In the previous broadcast featuring the Scarecrow, you may have heard that there was a disease created by Necromancer Crow that was spreading throughout the land, turning people into terrifying undead zombies. This disease seems to have almost completely faded away, leading most to believe that Necromancer Crow has simply reversed his spell. We aren't sure why he did it in the first place, or why he took it back, but as far as we can tell, no one has seen Necromancer Crow since. A few months back, the herbalists must have heard how there are relatively few bathrooms in California, because they sent us 3, what they call mobile lavatories. These are bathrooms on wheels that drove in and caused massive property damage before settling in. Citizens of California were so excited that they immediately shed all of their clothes and rushed to the new bathrooms. It was quite a scene. We have taken the mobile lavatories and placed them in their own designated area, which will forever be known as the Bathroom District. The worshipped player, or god, Adam, has returned to us after a brief hiatus. Perhaps it is his disappearance to blame for both himself and Mindgrinder still being under their curses, still being part vegetable. But in either case, during this hiatus, Mindgrinder discovered that he is expecting a beautiful baby boy/potato hybrid. We are unsure of what will happen to this baby if the curse is ever broken, but we give Mindgrinder a very hearty congratulations. It's truly an exciting new chapter in life. But moving on, we have heard reports that the Herbalist Archmage has quit his role as mayor of Oklahoma, the town just near the Herbalist Academy, and has taken back the position as the headmaster of the school located within the Herbalist's giant tree. He has not been seen outside of this tree for months. The only confirmations that we have that he is still in there come from students and teachers. A local Oklahoman villager now sits as the interim mayor until some kind of election can be arranged. We are unsure of what could have caused the Herbalist Archmage to hide away so suddenly. We do speculate that perhaps he became frightened by something during his many outings to the Blood Sorcerer's Academy. You may also remember our once competitor, the News Buzz. From what we understand, there was a somewhat confusing court battle involving Bebot Crow of all people, and ever since then, the News Buzz has been rumored to exclusively air duck racing sports videos. Where exactly this content is airing, though, is unknown. Now we move on to the state of the Storm games. For this, we go to our sports anchor. Timmy?
Well, hi there, Reporter Crow. Gosh, it's nice to be back. It's been so long. Goodness gracious, how y'all been? Well, the Storm game started and then fizzled out right quick, but we do have a few clips that we can show you. There was quite a fabulous turnout for the beginning of the games. Many faces that we hadn't seen in a long while. They made a triumphant return to compete. It was very exciting. They started out by traveling to the same place, that they had in 2020. That place that they had they played the Hungry Hippos and stuff. Well, they played a lot of those games again, starting with a pigs race. And ending with something new, an ice boat race created by the wonderful Maria Iglesias. It was intended for more games to commence after these in the following weeks. However, sadly, this plan seems to have faded away. We do have some good news, though, when it comes to games. Decked Out Season 2 is being built at full speed, with a team of builders coming together to see it happen. We hope that they'll be finished soon, and we can get back to running for our lives through mazes once again.
Excellent, thank you very much, Timmy. Before I move to the next piece of news, I'm very happy to come back to a familiar face. Stanley? Ah, that's adorable. Thank you very much, Stanley. I'm truly glad that I was able to get my friend back. And thank you to the whole team that helped make it happen. Alright, now we move on to the newer stuff. A huge surge of energy, seemingly coming from under the ground, was detected, and we've suddenly found that previously unpopulated lands were, well, for lack of a better phrase, suddenly looking a lot more epic. Not only that, but unforeseen to everyone, we could suddenly go below what was previously considered to be Y0. We are not sure what could have caused this, but the opportunity to seek out new lands was not lost on a group of people who came together and began forming a community out there. They went nameless for a while, but after a poll, the community decided to call themselves Legendale. Unfortunately, this community also seems to be the home of a crow clone who calls himself Evil Crow. It took some deducing, but we did discover that Evil Crow is actually Universe-Shattering Crow. It would appear that after the Lone Mage used the magical artifacts to bring the crows back, that also had the terrible side effect of severely weakening Universe-Shattering Crow. He immediately fled, which must be why we didn't find him when we stormed the Defect's castle. We have gotten multiple recordings of Evil Crow stealing from California in an effort to build his structures, and we have also heard reports of him stealing something from every sorcerer's guild out there. We believe that he is attempting to make himself more powerful, to bring himself back to his former glory. We shudder to think of what he plans to do, but he seems to have gone into hiding for now. There was also, in Legendale, a great copper war. A competition arose between Kavagram the Architect and Evil Crow to see who could mine the most copper. Kavagram did beat Evil Crow towards the end, but then a surprise usurper, Nat Power, came out of nowhere and completely destroyed the competition. It would appear that perhaps Nat Power, now being labeled the Copper King, may be creating an underground copper kingdom, but that is purely speculation. Wherever a Kavagram goes, ducks seem to follow, and Legendale is no exception. However, this time we spotted what can only be described as corrupted ducks, flooding the peaceful pond in the center of Legendale, and slaughtering or kidnapping the normal ducks that were peacefully staying within. We can assume that the corrupted ducks come from Nat Power, considering they were
spreading his Copper King propaganda and were also found within his underground area, but their actual intentions are unknown. And finally, I will leave you with this last piece of news. Although the Sorcerer's game area has lost popularity and it would seem that Legendale is the place to be, perhaps Sorcerer shenanigans are not done completely. Golomancer Crow has appeared and has created a humongous structure which he is calling the Golomancy Academy, declaring himself to be the Archmage. We do not have too much detail at this time, but we'll be sure to stay on top of any further information that comes to light. And that concludes this episode of DC News. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Farewell.